to in ma ba ka ji tsoron Allah ba ai ka ji tsoron irin wannan abun da ya faru a deep projection to duba dai gare ga nan ba wani abu da fasa kawai sai diba su Allah ya kiyaye Allah ya kawo mana mafita
amene ga dan juma ito amumire ewe ya sakose aba kelu be abo aba ele va se fresh ti o another three kono ge jinu mo ko ma another three kono ge o be wuta ki jon why aga za wo ko don bo
Nigeria. Yeah, my time is very much up, okay? I don't know if we should possibly just take a few calls before we call it a night. OPM, what's that mean? What does that mean? They have this church called the OPM. Is it called OPM? I don't know the full meaning again. No. There's one popular church in Nigeria like that. So they organized a sort of skill acquisition program for people who have no job and they would like to learn some skills in their church, and it's free. So for Nigeria, where people they face them, so the people who showed up for this free skill acquisition program tells you one single message: that Nigerians need help right now. at least a church is teaching them skills. So let's give it to them on that. They are not asking them to begin to scream and shout to the sky daddy. They should come and change their situation. All right? But rather, they want to teach them skills that obviously not all of them will probably come out, like successfully, but for those who are going to take it serious, their life could possibly be changed to some extent. And that is to say, before their prayers can be answered, they have something to offer. They have skills. So once they have skills, as the Bible says, that I will bless the work of your hand. It didn't say I will bless your hand. The Bible says, I will bless the work of your hand. So you must learn a work. You must be able to do something. And then if you now ask God to lift you, to help you, at least there is something that, you get? So that's why I have to give it to them that way, okay? So they are teaching them skills free of charge. That is commendable. In my own book, okay? And that's why I'm not going to condemn it. But take a look at that. You can easily say, Nigeria need help. Come be like say, Moboju Missouri, okay, one Igbo ni ìrànlọ́wọ́ mi ó àti wá, ìrànlọ́wọ́ mi yóò tọwọ́ Olódùmarè wá, ọba tó dá ọ̀run àti ayé. I lift my face, I lift my eyes, I don't know. How do you say that in English, right? Right? I lift my eyes upon the hill. Where shall my helper come? I don't know. Well, you know that prayer now? You're not just lifting your eyes up on nothing. You are going to have something to offer before God can bless the work of your hands. So in Davos, in Switzerland, shitty man wearing suits was there having a chat with another president from a part of Africa. And the two fools are there fooling themselves at the World Economic Forum, they call it. Sorry to bother you, to bother you with this, okay? It will be the last one. Watch this.
The president from Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, specifically requested to make efforts to meet you and congratulate you formally over your success at the poll. It's actually not your own success, but a celebration of African democracy. For a ruling party that has ruled in 1966 to relinquish power to a coalition of opposition parties, it's a remarkable accomplishment in the African context. Without any descent to bloodshed, any acrimony, you were able to successfully transit to a new administration. We wish you all the best. What binds us together supersedes whatever that divides us. We are Africans, and we share a lot of commonalities. We are very fascinated about your country, about the progress you have made so far. You are able to stabilize your economy. It's a resource-dependent economy, but you are able to diversify. You are into the services sector. You are into livestock production. And one of our state governments has actually entered into partnership or with state for livestock development. And the governor there, incidentally, is a very good friend of mine. So we'll continue that engagement because there is continuity in governance, and rest assured that we have your back. We'll support you in whatever way we can for the realization of our dream of an African free-continental trade area, which will really harness the potentials of intra-African trade. Trade within Africa now accounts for only 17% of our trade. Within Europe, it accounts for 67% of their trade. And in Asia, it's 57%. So this AFCFTA provides us with a platform to harness the potentials of Africa for the good of the African people. And it is projected that our economies will really blossom under the African continental free trade area. Yes, there are some apprehensions over some of your bigger neighbors and so on. But it's a win-win situation. And it's envisaged that intra-African trade will increase by 52% by 2025. And it will add about $500 billion to the African GDP by 2030. So I urge you to embrace that path of African harmony and development. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. And thank you for the congratulations. We are humbled as a country. We also are encouraged. We have now, I believe, on the African continent, shown that democracy is alive and well. It's always very easy when it is leadership of one party changing. Yes. The most difficult and trying moment is when a party that is ruling has to leave power. And in our case, it was one that had been in power for almost 60 years. And the loss came somewhat unexpected. So for them to accept, firstly, and to ensure that the transition was orderly and was seamless and peaceful is a remarkable achievement for the country and for all the leaders involved. And we hope that it becomes an enduring lesson for the rest of Africa and the world to appreciate that good things can happen. In fact, good things should happen in Africa more than anywhere else, because deep down we are a very peaceful people.
The cost of fuel has gone up. Food and other prices have followed it. Households and businesses struggling. Things seem anxious and uncertain. I understand the hardship you face. I wish there were other ways, but there's not.
Chai!
Anyway, that should be us on this, on this part, and I don't know if the phone-in part is still doable. Let me check. I can give it a shot, okay, and see if we can take 1 or 2 calls for calling it a night. But if you are still with me this moment, remember, you need to like the broadcast, like it, share it. Subscribe to my channel as well. And also subscribe to my, or should I call it our spare? No, is that called spare? No, I shouldn't use spare. I think it should be our other channel, a backup channel, which is a Mayegun's Diary Premium. See it. It's been a while that I shared with you the Mayegun's Diary Premium. It is our backup YouTube channel. In case if anything happens to our main one, we can have a place to always, use pending resolving any surprise or any shock. Okay. So thank you very much for your time. I'm going to take a short break now. And when I come back, okay, I think African Wahala dropped a link for us. Let me see if I can do the same. There is a link. If you want to subscribe to the Mayegun's Diary Premium, Mayegun's Diary Premium, not political. There you have it. You can help me go on there, increase the number, and let's keep it rolling. I've currently attached it to. I've attached it to the main broadcast as well, so that there are people watching from that platform right now. Indeed. So I'm going to go on a short break. When I come back, I'll take maybe 1 or 2 calls if the line will let us. And if it won't, yeah, sure, we can call it a night, okay? But listen, like the broadcast and share it if you haven't done that already. I will be back in a minute or two.
You get it? Okay. If you don't get it, forget about it.
You get it? Anyway, I have the first caller. Brother.
Yeah.
How
Good
are you,
evening, Dr. Mayogu. I'm flying from Nigeria.
I know. Good evening to you, Baba.
Yeah.
How you say?
Yes,
how
sir.
Lagos tonight?
Lagos has always been rough as usual. Yeah.
Anyway.
Look, thank you for asking for that kind of for the question about Lagos. You know, there are so many things I really want to talk about. You've talked about environment in the.
Let's get to it then, because of our time. Go on, Baba.
You've talked about Lagos. About environment in the Niger Delta. Are you getting it concerning the oil spillage and so on? Right. My question now is: of all the Niger Delta states? Where is their commissioner of environment? What are they doing? At least every year they budget more.
If you ask me, now we'll go ask.
And they're collecting 13% derivation. Mm-hmm. So what are they doing? That is one. Now concerning the MTN data and also on, they've already increased their prices in Nigeria now. They've already increased. Something I used to buy like 20 gig for like 4,000. I think right now it's like 8,000 or 10,000 right now, or thereabout now.
Is that the way they are doing it? Like they are increasing the price, go, or they are just increasing your consumption?
Exactly. They've both the price and the consumption. They've increased everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So something that can last you for like two.
Some people said that it's not even 50%. That's deceitful. They said the whole thing has increased, like doubled already. Like it's like 100% increase.
You are right. It's right. If you even say the text message that is always like 2 naira is now 4 naira, 5 naira or thereabouts, especially MTN.
Wow.
And so everything has gone up.
Wow.
Then for their base station now, MTN has over like 32,000 base stations across the country, and everything is being powered by diesel generator. Of all the 32 base stations. Then Airtel has 29,000 base stations. Glo has 16,000 base stations.
Wow.
So everything is being run on diesel. It is just now that they are trying to bring in solar, that's a solar inverter and everything. Upon that, the solar inverter can still not carry some major equipment. So they still fall back on diesel. That is one. Vandalizers will still go there and vandalize their properties.
That they even provide their own security as well. Like they
provide
security
exactly
to protect some of those things. So what is Nigeria actually
I have
providing
one.
then? What is, apart from collecting the taxes, what is Nigeria providing in return?
Nigeria is providing nothing.
God damn it, man.
Nigeria is providing nothing. It's providing nothing. The only thing Nigeria is collecting is just tax. I could remember in 2008, MTN, after after profit and after tax and everything, MTN declared 666 billion naira as profit. That was in 2008. Back then, no, 2008.
Wow.
So
16
they are
years,
making
17
yes.
years ago. That's a long time.
Yes, I read it on Punch. 666 billion naira. That is their profit after they remove tax, pay workers, do all their operating costs and everything. Their profit, and 70% or 80% of the money goes to South Africa.
That's right.
So that is one. Now concerning Lagos environment, I'm telling you, there's nothing like I said earlier before concerning the Niger Delta. What are they doing? What is each state of commissioners of environment doing about oil spillage of their community? You cannot just put all the whole blame on the whole federal government. We know that we have useless federal government. But what are the commissioners of the states doing? What are they doing with the 13% derivation they are collecting every day or every month or every year? I don't know what they are doing with it.
It's every month, though.
It's okay. You see. So people need to start going and start asking their commissioner of environment, what are they doing? Because I feel for those people, their source of livelihood is gone. Fishing and everything is gone. What are they going to feed their family? What are they going to send? I mean, the government we have there is
we
nothing.
even begin to look at the health implication of all of this. You see, there are some of these in Niger Delta right now, right, from record. They now have babies with birth defects. Some of their people are suffering from other health related issues as well. Because of what they are consuming, because of the air they are breathing in and all that stuff. But there's no
asthmatic patient.
You get what I mean? There's no provision for anything health-wise for them. They are just existing. Many of them are never going to grow to the age of 60. They're going to die.
No, 60. 60.
They are going to die before 40. They ever clock 50, 60.
Some of them, before they even clock 40, 50, they're already dying.
Like
40,
I'm talking
50.
about something that is like so pandemic in the area. Health-wise, people are not paying attention to what the implication of this is for the larger population.
Exactly. Now, concerning for Donald Trump, I will not lie to you. It has read for the Nigerian government, especially Thiefnubu. And Donald Trump is a no-nonsense man.
Right.
But the thing is, you said in one of you that you can't really ban.
No, I don't want to because anything that Donald Trump's interest is covered, he believes that it is America's interest. So even if the rest of them want to go to places, that's your problem. Anybody can choose to further advance the America's interest, Donald Trump's interest is fine. Even though
it's fine.
And Thiefnubu is a deal maker too, you get? So to him, he can sacrifice all of Una also get whatever he wants.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't care. It doesn't care. But the thing is, I'm not even sure, because the way I'm saying kind of Donald Trump, he really doesn't like this all these kind of leaders that are very, very power drunk, corrupt, and so on and so forth. But like he said before, if he's going to serve his own interest, he doesn't mind and make a deal. Because I don't know in Africa, for African, look at the president of Cameroon, 91 years old or 92, still ruling, shaking. So I don't know what is wrong with us in Africa. But the only time we have a very good president like Kwame Nkrumah and so on and so forth. Then of recent, I just saw the research too that the former president of Togo, France actually assassinated him. The day he said he's going to change from CFA to national currency of Togo, the next day they assassinate him because they know that it won't be under stronghold. So we have both internal crisis and external forces supporting the internal crisis, like all these British, France, and so on. With the help of these people, this stupid set of leaders standing in Nigeria, they could continue to sacrifice or mortgage our future. as long as they will remain in power. So they'll become puppets for the Western world. So the only thing is we need to fight back. We need just to fight back. And concerning the one you said that went to go and buy shoes for Kemi Badenoch, I'm telling you, that guy is a stupid guy.
Obviously.
Very, very stupid.
I mean, all of you that have been robbed by the
do you
Nigerian
know,
police, go and get his phone number. Maybe he can buy everything back for you.
he's very, very stupid.
These cloud chasers,
Is it
all
only
these
for
lovers of Nigeria. Yeah.
Come and see the number of people they killed in Lekki toll gate here. Some people they drop their dead bodies. Over 90 bodies they drop. They won't cover everything.
Anyway, brother, let me take another one. I've got another caller on the line as well, okay? Thank you so much for stopping by. I think... Hello, sir. Thank you so much.
Hello, Maegun.
Alhaji Wahab, how are you, sir?
Call.
Yes, sir.
Call.
Yes, sir.
First caller, thank you very much for your intake. But first of all, let me start with the interests of Donald Trump, America, and Nigeria. Donald Trump is not a deal maker like what he said. If they put in and Thiefnubu in the same cell, prison cell, Thiefnubu will outsmart him. What likely as him? Every business Donald Trump dropped in his life, he wrecked it. From New Jersey Casino and all of them. Let's put that one apart. If we go for the highest bidder, Thiefnubu will outsmart him. If they put them on one-on-one, put that one apart. But what I want to touch on tonight, thank you very much of those people on the queue, long line, everything. It's not new to the Fulani because that's how they brought them up over there. We keep on saying it to our people. What these people are bringing to the southeast, southwest, to all of us is new to us. How can we reject all these things? My father, your father, that father never go and key in any governor to go and take tuwo or rice or anything in Ikene. Why are we going to subject ourselves to this type of life? And the main thing tonight, thank you very much, Michael. Sometimes I watch your message, you're sure I was just laughing. People around me think maybe I'm mad. When you talking earlier on about those people that the Fulani, they mastered them, how to con Nigeria, they dupe all this money better than anybody. We all know that one since the 80s. We all, since 1982, we all know those one. Anybody from Lagos Island will tell you one thing. There's one man in Lagos Island borrowed the chain. They call it Baba Shehu in the 80s. I don't know, maybe Fulani or anything. If they rate anybody, they will release this man. They will not even touch him. And those are the one that wreck National Bank and wreck many banks in a Bank of the North, all those things in those days. Why those people never get arrested?
Well, now we know.
Okay. I'm coming to the point now. I'm coming to the point. I've been listening to your show most for the last 2 years attentively. Look at it this way. February last year, Punch newspaper published that Malami and the rest of people, they embezzle or they keep money, they save Nigerian oil money, $76 billion. They say no, it's not 75, it's 69. Nobody talk about it since then.
Not anymore.
One guy come to TV talk show. The guy said everything in front of everybody. Nobody say anything to it. You know why? Because Baba Thiefnubu is a thief. He have already cut a deal with Malami and everybody that Malami have already bloody fooled him that they will give them 25% of the money to Nigeria. Shike, leave it or you take it. That's why Nigeria is not going anywhere. It's not that these Fulani, they are brilliant, they are this, but that's the way they plan Nigeria. Since the 1980s.
That stole 140 something billion naira is enjoying his money right now. Shadia stole over 1.8 trillion naira. The court said that she should refund 950 billion naira since September or October 2023 up to this moment. She never refunded.
Nothing.
And she's never been called back to any courts till today.
But my God, Maegun, thank you for all your show. Even when you are showing that judge blasting that man in the courthouse in Lagos State, I was screaming. Somebody, my neighbor was talking, maybe I run mad or something like this. But it's just so, just hyper. Because the lady was blasting, I was so happy. But Baba Sokpe is going to end soon in Lagos State because there's many people don't like all this thing going on. But at the same time, let me end this thing so soon. When it comes to Muslim ticket, when people are laughing at Muslim, but please, I always listen to what some people are talking on this show. And I like what you always said. Most of the people that they reject Baba Tinubu in Lagos, they are Yoruba people.
Yes, they are.
Most of the people who vote for Obi in Lagos, they are Yoruba people.
That's right.
I have a nephew who is in Lagos State University. He has already told me then that he's not going to vote for Tinubu. They're going to vote for this. They're going to vote the right. I was begging him. I'm a Yoruba nation all the way. I don't want Yoruba to split. I'm not ashamed to say that. And that boy, he tutored me. He said Tinubu will never win. I said, okay. And all those boys, they vote for Peter Obi. I don't vote because I'm here in London.
Don't lie. We all saw that.
Most of the people who vote for Peter Obi are Yoruba youth. It's not about we are talking rubbish or anything. It's not obedient, disobedient. Everybody should pack their bag and go to where you come from. That's how we're going to win this war. I love Nnamdi Kanu. I hope they release him. I hope this thing starts again. That's the only way. But if you stick to one Nigeria, Obi will do nothing. Obi can't do nothing. He can't do nothing.
Nothing.
Make you now listen. Obi can't do nothing. If the anchor will be tomorrow, you can't do nothing. So the best let the revolution start. And everybody, if you say one Showore, Showore can't do nothing either.
No.
The only thing, let everybody go their way. Thank you, Maegun. I love your show every day, man.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your take every day.
Here is another caller, and I bet this must be Wahala. Prince Adewale from Canada. How are you, Baba?
Yes, sir. I'm good, Baba. Thank you so much. Thank you for the show, brother.
Thank you very much for calling in. Please.
Yes, sir. I wanted to speak a little bit about that EFCC guy that lost his life. You know, I'm not a savage, and I'm sure many of us are not people that wish for people to lose their lives in such manners. Yes. But I'm also happy that it happened.
Wow.
It's unfortunate that guy has to sacrifice his life. You see, Nigeria is such a lawless contraption. It's such an evil entity that has destroyed lives consistently for 125 years. There was a similar story in 2021 in Abia State. There was this guy, Ifeanyi Ejiofor. The video is on YouTube. That's how ridiculous this stupid country is. Ejiofor was attacked at his house at 3 o'clock in the morning by GSS and some soldiers. When they got to his house, Ejiofor was hiding in the roof. So they shot his aide. They kidnapped his brother. His aide that was shot and killed, they dragged his body, put the body inside one of Ejiofor's car with the brother that was kidnapped. Then they drove away. The next day, that vehicle was found burned to the ground with the dead body of Ejiofor's aide. And nobody went to prison. And all the evidence is out there. It's literally on YouTube. Like the entire world can see this. So this is the type of country where
Ifeanyi Ejiofor happened to be Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer at the time as well.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes. So if these types of blatant impunity could have been happening and nobody says anything, but now all of a sudden, the criminal EFCC organization, a terror group, if you ask me, that's what they are, a terrorist organization, They go and attack someone at 3 o'clock in the morning, then they get shot and killed. Yes, we don't want people to get shot and killed, but yes, we are happy that they got shot and killed. So that's my explanation.
Like,
and I just wanted
why
to
would
my
you still
point.
go on a sting operation in the middle of the night when you already declared it illegal, that you stopped it, only for you to now continue and then come back to justify it? It's only in a lawless place that happens.
Exactly. So for those people that don't really understand some of these, I'm glad that I could share this story. I mean, just YouTube it, Google it, you'll find the stories right there for you to see. Thank you so much, Mayego. Thank you for your time, brother.
Thank you too, man. Thank you very much for calling in, okay? The African Wahala, Prince Adewale, right there from Canada. So thanks so much, everyone. And indeed, it can always be eye-opening on Mayegun's Diary Political to understand the complexity of this contraption. And there's something too that we should always remember. When we say, may Nigeria not happen to you, nobody is actually really spared. Let's be honest. Whether you are on the side of Nigeria, you think you are riding on the tiger's back because they give you a gun. You are a soldier. You are a policeman. You are a DSS or EFCC who has all it takes to oppress others who don't have that same privilege. Nigeria can still happen to you or will happen to you. Nnamdi Kanu says, go and serve Nigeria and come back. You will come back in shame. That seems like a cause, but it's actually pretty much like a statement of facts. The thing is, it's a matter of time. Nigeria will always happen to Nigeria. There is a caller. Hello. Nigeria always happen to Nigeria.
No.
Oh, sir, you may need to mute the broadcast so that we can hear ourselves.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, yes, me. I'm just going to keep hearing it.
Yeah, it's gone down now.
How you doing, Baba?
I'm very sorry, man.
No, it's fine. It's all right. Now we are clear.
There's a saying that when you live in a country and then you're afraid to come out and say the truth, and then the authority in question comes out and tries to twist the truth, then you should know that's a lawless country.
Absolutely, man.
Because a lawful country should come out and investigate and bring out the corrupt entity within the report that you have filed.
That's right.
To say you are facing an injustice. Exactly. That was the saying of Edward Snowden. It should be investigated and the corrupt entity should be dealt with. But when the corrupt entity is in itself coming out to saying they are the savior of humanity, then everybody should run it helter-skelter out.
I know.
Because everybody is in deep shit, man.
I mean, when people do something wrong, I say, oh, what we have done is wrong. Okay, we need to correct it. But you have to admit first that you are wrong. But in a situation where people don't see that they are wrong, there is no chance that they are going to make room for any changes. That is what we have in that Nigeria. Everyone is like the Lord of the banner, the Lord unto himself, the law unto themselves. And they always believe that they can become the victims of the same oppressive system that they are operating in. Nobody is going to be spared. No one is safe from a system that is so corrupt and corruptly managed. We are all like a victim to happen. We are still a victim to happen. It's unfortunate, man.
Because right now, you look at the ups and downs in the Nigerian society, and craziness is all over the place. And then you check each other out as if, is that guy really, is he really making sense, or is he crazy? And he too is checking you out, and he is saying to himself, I don't think that guy is correct in the head, though. I think he's actually insane. That's when you know that, man. You are, it seems the crazy people, they've taken over the asylum.
And now the lunatics have taken over the asylum.
The lunatics. So the doctors should taking me.
Ja.
They should marry you
before
they start using them for experiments.
Exactly. You know, you better pick race now when you still can, because it's going to get to a stage that you won't be able to run anymore. And let me do my one last.
Exactly. Because the doctors will think they are in complete control of the asylum. They are the one treating the sick people. We are in control. But when the lunatics, when they take over the asylum, that's when you know that authority is upside down.
And that's exactly
there's nothing you can salvage
right now.
There's no salvaging anything apart from just break it down and start from scratch.
Let everybody go to
but you know, the Nigeria we all come from, they are trying to mend and patch.
And then hope
that
everything will be fine.
And then they say that everything is in God's control. God will help us in this country. And I look at them, you know, the minute they just mention that word, God will help us. I just look at them.
It's everything
and
is
I
in the
say,
hand of God.
And I say to them, you see that God you just mentioned? I may have been taking you serious all along. But you see, when you put God into this situation that man is meant to handle by himself, the minute you bring that word God into my own conversation, that I'm trying to advise you,
see you as a dubious
and then I don't see you as a serious person anymore.
I see you as a dubious person, because we can have a proper conversation, intelligent conversation, all right? And then you suddenly just turn it into, you see, oh now God, let's just hope that God will do something. I say, are you being for real? You are a dubious person. I'm off, please.
And immediately they start saying, they move to the next line. And then, okay, believe it or not, actually, I'm a man of God. I owe a church that I had thousands of people and their GO. Because an incident happened to me. I was in traffic. And this guy just bumped me from behind.
Right.
So we all got down. And we held up a lot of people behind us. Long line upon long line was encroaching onto us. And I said, I was expecting that he's going to say, oh, okay, it's my fault because you hit me from behind. This is my number. Or I'm going to give you 100,000 right now. I don't know how much it's going to cost you to repair this, but just take 100,000 right now and let's call it quits. I would have respected that. Even though if I end up repairing my car and it costs me 200,000, at least I'll know he tried. But immediately he started saying to me that let us settle this amicably.
Okay.
Well, the car is not all that damaged. And I said to him, so I'm going to trust your word, your own word against mine. Meanwhile, I'm the one I'm having the problem here. You just damaged my vehicle. I said, okay, you need to trust me now. Believe what I'm saying. Okay. Because whether you believe it or not, I'm a man of God. You see, the minute you just mentioned that, I went crazy.
Like, okay.
I just went crazy. I said, you know what? That word you just mentioned, that sentence you just said now, it seems we have to go together to the police station to sort this out.
I don't trust you. I'm sorry, sir. Please, give me your card details, okay? Like, I'm sorry, I can't trust you. I don't trust anybody that claims to be a man of God in this manner. Because I'm a man of God.
I said, even though I was going to forgive and forget and just drive away because of the way you've been speaking all along. But now that I just mentioned God, you're a man of God, I should believe it or not. You control a lot of congregation. I just went mad. And I said to him, I said, you know what? Just make sure go in front, go in front of me. and I'll drive behind.
Follow you.
The next police station you see, just enter. Because if you don't, I'll be by your back everywhere you go.
Wherever you go.
I'll be taunting you everywhere you go. So just make sure you do the right thing. He said, "Oh God, what have we done?"
You know, we were supposed to actually trust people who are genuinely men of God. Sure, you get now, because they are meant to be honest, very honest. But you have dishonest people who have abused that privilege. A lot of people have fallen victims of their deceitful tongues. Okay, and then they will begin to possibly threaten you with, you know, thou shall not touch my anointed. Now that one they pay me most of the time, Baba. When somebody says, you know, thou shall not touch my anointed. It's like, I am also anointed. So if anointed is touching anointed, that means God no go vex with that.
Exactly.
Have you now?
Even if you just mention to me, you're an Alhaji, or you're an Alhaja, you've been to Mecca, what good is that to me?
You get?
I'm not interested.
It's manipulative.
That doesn't solve the problem you just caused right now, does it?
No, it doesn't.
And then you're telling me of your religious affiliation.
Mm-hmm.
That is where Nigeria is like is the way it is up now.
Manipulative. You know, people use that to manipulate others. And it's unfortunate though, sure you get. Because you see when you see genuine people who are men of God, they don't cheat people. Do you understand? They don't. They don't want to cheat people. But when it comes to some people who claim to be men of God in that contraption, they just want to manipulate people. They want to use it as a get out of jail card, kind of. She gets. They say, let us close our eyes to press. No, I know they close any eyes. Let's discuss what we want to discuss quick, I beg. So no, let's close our eyes. I say, why? I can discuss because I've discussed, Jerry. When you close my eyes and let us pray. Pray about what? Because Nigerians are the people who are going to start a meeting with a prayer. Then they will lie to themselves all through. Then they will close the meeting with a prayer. Say, Father, Lord, everything we want to discuss here today, as he's entering our right ear, don't let it get out from our left ear. What do you mean by that? Because they will lie, and they will close it with prayer. And then you go out there and see how shady they are. You know what I mean?
And then he said, Egmon, Ayoni, you know the Ayoni, when the Ayoni logo slogan started in Nigeria, maybe around there.
Or Keruba and Seraphim thing.
I just looked at him. I said, Oga, Ayo Buruku Lele. Baba your Buruku, Baba nonsense lenso.
Insurance number you know?
He just went silent because he knows that all what he's been saying is not going to work with this man here.
So manipulative.
So it's about time we change our intellect, our understanding level, our etiquette. There's a lot that's gone wrong.
A lot.
But we need to accept that we are in a quagmire, we are in a dilemma. Because in psychology, if you don't accept that you've got a problem, you can never find a solution.
You can't.
But the minute you accept you got a problem, that's your first step into healing. Your problem is solved from that moment upwards. But you see that denial.
Problem, you will never psychologically begin to think of a solution. You know, what you have
is
going to be a coping and hoping that
it's a coping mechanism.
No tunes.
And denial can go on from generation to generation.
That's right.
And they never stop the problem.
That's right.
And then it inflicts other people from generation to generation. And those ones will be having problems. And they don't know where the problem came from. Because they've been lying to them from generation backwards. They didn't tell them the truth. So nobody is ready to admit that, oh, my grandfather was at fault. He lied to us. Because if you say that, they will say, So you can see where I'm coming from.
I do.
It's the same system, corrupt, from generation to generation. nobody's above problem. Nobody's above misgivings in life. That is what makes us human.
Anyway, thank you so
much. That is what makes us human. Thank you very much, Gary.
Thank you so much
nice talking to you.
that,
I really enjoyed it.
God bless you.
All right. Let's give somebody else a chance to call in.
We are almost out of our time anyway. So I have one more thing to just add. You see, talking about something that people don't like to take responsibility. Okay. Look at this guy. He was arrested for skull mining, right, in Abeokuta. And according to those who arrested him, is harvesting dead people's skulls from different tombs and burial grounds. So there is a number of heads that he needs to get so that he will become rich. So there was a day on this program that I kind of said something about the pandemic of ritualists. It's always been there, but these days on social media, there's like nearly a day gone by that you won't see somebody arrested for ritual or this or that. I mean, okay, let's say there's never a week gone by that you won't see people arrested for mining skulls. They want to be rich. There are a set of people, especially in Yoruba land, that believes that they can become very rich, right, by cutting off head of their fellow human being or exhuming the head of the dead people. I call this a mental disorder, but it is also like a problem of living in denial of a thing. However, maybe it is time for us to begin to preach cremation. If I have the political will, I will kind of legislate on, forget about this religious nonsense that, you have to bury the whole body, because what you have right now has become, the worse the country becomes, the desperate or the more desperate people become. So I am going to advise that instead of burying your people in Yoruba land, maybe we should begin to cremate them. Just burn their body and everything and keep the ashes. This may possibly discourage people. Because when they say rest in peace, our dead bodies are not even resting. You face all the issue of Nigeria, all this problem of Nigeria. You can't die. The survivors are there with a digger and shovel to dig your grave and cut off your skull because they believe they can make money or become rich. I haven't seen any billionaire in the Forbes list that made his money from mining skulls for ritual. None. But right now, Nigeria is turning people into mad people. And our people are almost the most eats right now. Exhuming skulls for ritual. It's global. Social media is a global village now. So maybe it is time for us to begin to cremate our dead bodies. My mom, when we buried my mom in Udugbulu, guess what we did? I had to pay for concrete. This is not concrete slab. After putting the coffin in the ground, we had to pour concrete on the coffin. Concrete. So that she can possibly rest in peace, intact. Because you're not guaranteed that some people will not go on and dig her up to take her bones for money ritual. It is a pandemic. And when they know that the the children are not living in the same town. And then who is blowing them? The pandemic of the economic destruction that they are facing. Your loved ones that you buried in the village or you buried somewhere that is secluded will become the victim of the grave. They have a name for them. I think they call them the grave, the grave invaders or something like that. It is a pandemic, and there is no rich man in the Forbes list that made this money from exhuming corpses or cutting off heads. And with the level that Nigeria is going, nobody will believe him, because there are those assuring them that if they can get the head, if you can get this call, if you can get that. It's unfortunate, but that is where we are going to draw the curtains this evening. Thank you so much, everyone, for your time again. And I shall see you tomorrow. I'm actually going to, because I think I feel better now, so I may be back tomorrow to continue our reading. But this time around, we are going to read something more local, something more relative. It's going to be the Blood on the Niger by Emeka Okocha, an untold story of the Nigerian Civil War. So here is the version, somebody else's version of what happened and how it went down. So you can join me tomorrow afternoon from 2 p.m. Yeah, if I don't feel too, under the weather. So we shall read another historical piece about Nigeria and how we arrived at where we are now and why it is ideal to actually preach a peaceful breakup of the contraption, or at worst, a renegotiation of the entire union. Okay. So thanks so much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And I shall see you again tomorrow. Good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Mayegun dayari politico. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. àní ẹ̀sùn làjù.
Máyégún ti dé.
Wọ́n bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn làjù.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn làjù.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn làjù.
Máyégún ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn làjù.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn làjù.
Máyégún ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn làjù.
Máyégún ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn làjù.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràgì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.